G'day everyone, it's Dave here from New Zealand Outdoor Blades. I hope you're having a fantastic day today. Please feel free to like, comment and subscribe. It helps out the channel a ton and I'm learning a lot from the comments. A couple of years ago I was at a flea market and I found this old pack that in New Zealand we used to refer to as a Mountain Mule or a Trapper Nelson pack. These haven't been made for decades. I think they stopped making them in the 1970s, but they were very, very common in the 50s, 60s and 70s in this country. But as always, we stole this idea off someone else. And in this case, we stole the idea off the Americans. So there was a gentleman by the name of Lloyd Nelson, and he was a trapper and explorer, and he was quite famous in his day. He was known as Trapper Nelson, and Trapper Nelson operated in the Pacific Northwest and in Alaska as well, exploring, staking claims, gold mining, trapping, etc. And back then, up until the 1920s, when they went into the bush, they didn't have frames on the pack. They didn't have a frame like this. They just had a canvas pack. And it used to be very uncomfortable to use. Now, as the story goes, Trapper Nelson was in Alaska in 1920, and he noticed some local Inuit who were wearing a pack made out of seal skins and supported by a wooden frame. They made their own wooden frames out of willow. And he thought, wow, that's a great idea, because a wooden frame supported the weight, was more comfortable to use, and actually helped ventilate the back as well. So he went away, and in the 1920s he developed the Trapper Nelson, which looks something like this. So it was a heavy duty canvas pack with perhaps a couple of pouches on the outside, but very simple. And on the back you have this steel frame, very, very strong. And this makes the pack more comfortable. It's better able to support weight, and it also helps ventilate the back because there's a gap between the canvas and the back there. In this day and age we'd probably think this is a pretty rough pack because there's no padding on the shoulder straps, but they bred them pretty tough back then. They weren't too worried about that. We would be now, but this was standard back in the day. So this was quite revolutionary in the 1920s to come up with a pack like this, because it was far stronger and more comfortable than anything that had ever been seen. Okay, now in this case, some New Zealanders in the 1950s copied the idea, and they created a copy of this pack called the Mountain Mule, and this is one of them here that was made in New Zealand. We have this beautiful, sturdy, stainless steel frame. I believe it's stainless steel. Simple straps, heavy canvas outer. And something really, really interesting about this design is in this steel frame, it's hollow and you can put liquid in there. So you can screw this off and you can put the liquid in there. And what they used to put in here was typically white spirit. So they all used white spirit stoves back then. So they could put, I understand it was something like 2 litres of white spirit in here, so they wouldn't have to carry a fuel bottle. Some people, I was told, carried whiskey instead. So you had the option, you could put whiskey in the frame, or you could put white spirit for your cooker. But quite fascinating. Now what I'm going to do with this pack is I'm actually going to, when I've got the time, I'll probably renovate it. I'll probably put new leather straps on there because they're getting a bit old. But it's interesting, the canvas is still pretty solid, and the frame, well, the frame is bulletproof. Unless you ran this over with a tank, this would last forever. So anyway, here we have the Mountain Mule, which is a copy of the Trapper Nelson pack. So again, New Zealand stole an American idea. If you got this far, hope you have a fantastic day. Thank you for watching.